how's everybody doing? Well, let me give you a rundown on what happened and what's going on. So, I had this thing finished. I drove it around the block, checked all the fluids. Everything seemed okay. Drove it around the block like one time. I was like, okay, it's good. Let's drive it to work. First time I drove it to work, got up to like 200 degrees, low on tranny fluid. Put more fluid in it, looked for leaks, tightened all the pan bolts. Everything seemed okay. Didn't notice anything wet anywhere except for, I thought the seal was leaking, the output shaft seal. It's like, okay, well, that happens. So we'll just put a new seal in it when we get home or whatever. So I get home, it gets up to like 220. It gets pretty warm. I got a 160 thermostat in it, so okay, obviously that's not going to work. I pull in and notice the yoke and everything, the seal, everything's dry, and it's leaking out of where the U-joint's at. There's a weep hole behind there that allows it to move in and out on the spline without it building pressure in there or getting fluid in there and, you know, locking it and breaking stuff. There's a little weep hole that allows it to vent. Well, it's pumping fluid out of that like all the time. And what happened was, I got home, like I said, and then I ended up putting a shroud on it, and then I drove it to work for the second time. It's leaking this much fluid out. Like, that's what it leaked out since yesterday. And it's leaking out of, like I said, everything up towards the tranny's dry, but everything right there, it's dripping right out of that weep hole and dripping down the U-joint. So so I called TCI, the people that made the transmission. They said it absolutely should not do that. And by the way, I put a different drive shaft in it just to see if it was a drive shaft. That didn't work, so I stuck the yoke in it, out of that drive shaft in it, just stuck it in there. And yeah, it's totally not the drive shaft, it's the transmission. Apparently there's an O-ring on the output shaft that is either not there or has been damaged during assembly. So I can't fix that myself without voiding the warranty, because I can't work on this transmission without voiding the warranty. So now I got to take this brand spanking new TCI transmission out of my truck, crate it up, ship it back, get the new transmission, put another new transmission in my truck. But I got this as a kit, not just a transmission. So I got to box up, you know, the TV cable, the cooler, the transmission, the torque converter, all that stuff, which I'll probably just leave the cooler. The torque converter, I'm definitely letting that go and using the new one, because, well, just because it keeps running itself low on fluid. So, and also I'm gonna drain whatever fluid's left, put it back in the jugs that it came in, whatever I got left, shipping this back using the new fluid, so I don't have to go buy new fluid. So I don't want to have to buy 3 gallon of fluid to replace the 3 gallon that I leaked out. You know, it ain't my fault I bought a brand new transmission and it just pisses fluid out of it. So I'm in a great mood. Yeah, I don't really want to even do that right now, but I got to, because I got to ship it back, and they're already shipping me a new one. It's on its way now, so it'll be here Monday supposedly, which means, they say Monday, which means Thursday. And I gotta have this one ready to ship Friday. So I got 0 time to get this done, and I got other things I need to be doing. I got a 383, a 440, and a 355 lined up to build. Plus I'm starting to get some other crap in my way. I need to get out of here and put somewhere. It's a good engine, but you know, what do I do with it? I need to put it somewhere. It's a good transmission. Well, not really. That is. That ain't. That has all the gears and it works perfectly sometimes. Sometimes you put it in gear and it doesn't do anything. It just has reverse. So every now and then it's not a good transmission, but every now and then it's just fine. I don't know. I gotta rip the tranny back out of this thing and all the kit, and then do this all over again. So that's awesome. I'll see y'all in the next video. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say, guys. I'm in a bad mood right now. I'm irritated. I got this thing done and now it's not done. I gotta take the transmission and everything all back out again. It's just freaking irritating. I got other stuff to be doing, man. already spent too much time working on this thing. I guess while it's out, I'm going to try to do some exhaust, because, you know, it's easier to do without a transmission in the way. It's easier to weld stuff, and that way maybe I can just, you know, weld it in the truck, not even have to take it back out of the truck to finish welding it, because I won't have a transmission in my way. That would be awesome. Or take it to an exhaust shop. I don't know. I'd like to have good exhaust on it, but at this point I'm like, it just needs to get done so I can drive it. The air conditioning works great. But yeah, I've made 2 trips to work in it. Both times it used all the fluid up pretty much. So, and it got hot the first time, not the second time. The factory fan shroud, all the zip ties and self-tapping screws works fantastic. AC works, but yeah, there's what I'm up to. Sorry that damn thing's so loud. The other half of my air conditioner is like a week late. It's not here yet, so I can't just put half an air conditioner up there on the wall. It won't do nothing. So I got to deal with that noisy piece of crap that just constantly irritates me. So I'm gonna have to crank some really loud music up to where I don't hear that thing, so maybe I can work on this thing. Y'all take her easy. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry guys, you know, this stuff happens. This is what happens when you do this, I guess. So this shouldn't have happened, but it did happen. And whoever built this transmission, I'd love for them to be here to take it out right now, because I sure as hell don't want to do it. Y'all take her easy. I'll see you in the next video.